Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Josh Guillory Show. I am your grateful host, very grateful host. And in studio with me, my boy over there, Lane. What's happening, Lane?
Hi, everybody.
You doing all right over there?
I'm doing pretty good.
It's a great day today in Acadiana and abroad.
It really is.
That's what I'm saying, guys. Good afternoon to everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday. Monday went by fast, man. Jeez.
Went by very fast.
A lot of stuff done, though. That's good.
Yes.
You had a productive Monday.
Very productive Monday.
Good. I enjoyed it. I'm happy you're back, man. We're having fun. Park will be back with us, I think, later this week, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe Thursday.
And you've been busy, man. So look, I know I talk to you about TPUSA all the time, just because we talk about that in the break a lot. But I admire your mind. You got a smart mind, but also you're interested in this kind of stuff, and it's kind of I'm happy to see you, a 17-year-old young man that's probably carrying more analysis with you than most of the folks you see on TV. But man, tell me some of the ventures you got going on as far as like how do the younger folks, we're trying to, Democrats, Republicans, all trying to gather, appeal to younger voters and all the things. I just think truth works. You can't talk down to people, and you just got to treat folks with respect, whether they're 18 or 78. But, what's your thoughts on all that? What's going on in Gen Z land?
So basically, it's just about like actually doing your research. I feel like a lot of people just go off of social media and they see something on social media and it's all of a sudden true. And a lot of times the analysis you see on social media is very like 2D, and you don't really see all sides to it.
I like that 2D. Yeah.
What ends up happening is you hear this story and you're like, whoa, this sounds off. And I'm like, sometimes I read things and I'm like, this is really weird. Let me look a little more into it. And I go from like fully into it and I'm like, whoa, this is just actually not true. And as you do more research, you're like, this doesn't make any sense.
And it doesn't take you long to debunk it.
No, it does not.
Probably just a few minutes you can see, at least get a good feel like, wait a minute. That's good, Lane. I think most Americans should just pause a little bit, and we have to check our sources. Of course, if you listen to the Josh Guillory Show, you're good, but check those sources too. Check us all. Keep us all in check. We're all in this together. I think, Lane, what you said, I think is resonating more with Americans across demographics, across ages, across generations, and that's people just want the truth. People just want the truth. I just want the truth. You want the truth. That's what you just said, basically. And folks just want the truth because we have been deceived. Not saying anybody individually, but the media market is different than in 1962. It's just different. It's different. The ethical standards are different. The professionalism is different. And that is not a knock on anybody in the media. I know it might sound like it. It's just that is the nature of the beast. We got 24-hour news. Now, there ain't no doggone news 24 hours a day. If you watch Fox News or CNN or if you can stomach it, MSNBC or whatever they're called. Now, if you watch those guys for 3 hours, you'll probably see the same topic 3 times. I mean, they rotate the hour. It's like, how much more news is there? There is not 24-hour news. It's 24 hours talk. It's 24-hour drama. It's 24-hour entertainment station.
Especially if you listen to it at night and you start hearing stories about cats and you're like, is this really
For
news?
real? On a national news? I want to hear about a cat in a tree, by the way. Shout out to former Fire Chief Robert P. Benoit. I don't know if he wants me to give him a shout out, but I always ask him in meetings, I'd say, Chief, if we got cats caught in a tree, y'all, the firemen go get it? He said, nope. So that's going against everything that I've watched from cartoons when I was little to now. He's like, if them cats can get up in the tree, those cats can get down from the tree. And I love it. That was a great fire chief. Great firefighters. I've always appreciate those guys, man. You want to know some practical folks, man? Go talk to a firefighter. And all our first responders, police officers, EMTs, man, our utility guys that go out there, man. I love these folks. I just do. I'm telling you, man. Run to danger, all this stuff. Firefighters, man, they're clever. They're clever too. Very, very thrifty. A lot of these guys are very diverse. And I gotta say, they always got a great lunch, Lane. Always. Man, I think I've eaten the best in fire stations. No matter, and I'm used to this parish, of course, but whether it's the Lafayette guys or the other 5 municipalities, just really, really fortunate, guys. I'm just going to take the time to say that. All right, let's move on to some other news. So, Lane, we got Attorney General Liz Murrow. We talked about that, just like everybody else, I'm sure, talked about that yesterday. You're with Moon and Carol, right?
Yes.
They covered the AG?
Yes, they both did. It's very big news.
Yeah, absolutely. And, guys, we'll have the phone lines back up the rest of the week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so we appreciate that. This is a topic I want to hear from you on, and I'm so sorry. You can chat on the Rumble. I saw some chats yesterday when I logged in. I appreciate that. But yeah, so we're not going to rehash, kind of what happened. Well, maybe we will. So just to bring everybody up to speed, Attorney General Liz Murrow was indicted on 16 counts, 8 counts of malfeasance, which now malfeasance basically is a political tool, okay? You don't know what to get the person with, but boy, you want to get their mugshot. Boy, you want to get them arrested. What do? You just say malfeasance. Malfeasance. Now, malfeasance is an intentional crime, guys. It's an intentional crime. And anybody with legal background will understand what intent means. And no one in Liz Murrow's circle or any of these other lawfare examples, I know of one in the state that's outside of Liz, but there is no intent. I mean, my gosh. You can't have an intentional crime without intent. Not to mention she didn't. It don't matter. We're not going to rehash. It's so silly. I'm just getting sick and tired, and a lot of people are, of this political lawfare. So we know the Supreme Court issued an emergency stay on the indictment. That's the first stay that I've ever heard of in the history of Louisiana. I'm sure you could fact check me, but I don't know. It's at this stage in the process. I'm glad the Supreme Court did that. I really am. I don't know, Lane. Maybe I should have asked him to do that. Regardless, it all plays out. But really, though, it's this is nonsense. I'm glad the Supreme Court came in because I hope they can curb all this. Listen, guys, we have. You heard me yesterday. We have DAs across the state, and most of them are so good. At least 62 out of 64 are really, really not playing political games. That I know of. That I know of. Okay, maybe not. Maybe they are. I don't think so. And I say 64. There's less than that. Very fewer than that because we have
43.
43. So we got 41 of them that I know of that doesn't seem to be using their office for political gain. 2 of them for sure are. And they hide behind a grand jury, Lane. You see, with a grand jury, when a district attorney makes a charge, there's 2 choices. 2. You can either go through a bill of information like a man, and or a grown up, like a grown up, like a professional, and you explain yourself. This is what happened, and I made this decision because I'm a grown up. I don't need to hide behind no political shield of a grand jury. A grand jury can indict a rock. That's where DAs go to hide because they don't have to disclose anything. Very, very transparent. It's the Rhino way. It's the Democrat way. Hide behind that so you don't have to say anything that goes on. You can't even get the transcript. It is a joke in Louisiana, the grand jury process. But you go through a bill of information, that way you have to answer to the public. You have to actually be accountable. Or you decline it. You decline prosecution. You can give reasons for that. I know of another example where that happened. That was integrity. Hiding behind a grand jury is the lack thereof. 0 integrity. 0. None. Not in these cases. And but you've covered it, Lane. What's the talk on there? Are we running out of time in this segment?
We're running out of time, but we'll come back to it.
Yeah, let's take a tiny little break. We'll come back and we'll touch on that some more. Stick around, guys. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Josh Guillory Show. I am your grateful host, very grateful host. And in studio with me, my boy. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show. Man, let me tell you about my friends at Giles Subaru. If you are looking for the perfect vehicle to handle your next outdoor adventure, man, Giles Subaru. At Giles Subaru, these guys have an incredible selection of rugged, trail-ready vehicles built for your weekend hiking getaways. Pack up your gear, man. Load up your furry little co-pilot and get ready to explore the great outdoors with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive, man. Plus, Giles Subaru, you can even let your dog stretch their little legs or big legs on their on-site dog park while you shop. Visit Giles Subaru today and find your ultimate hiking companion. Even if you don't hike, they're pretty cool vehicles, man. And they have a wonderful showroom over there at Giles Subaru. Go check them out. Giles Subaru right here in Lafayette, Louisiana. All right, let's continue our discussion, Lane, on the Attorney General, the indictment. We're going to just kind of wrap a bow on this. All right, so you have some thoughts on that. Talk to me, baby.
Okay, so the New York Times decides to write an article about this, and the article is titled, of all things, Louisiana Attorney General charged with bullying New Orleans officials. Since when is bullying doing your job?
Look, it's so stupid, okay? I hate to say that word, but it's so dumb and so childish. So they didn't like her, this a political opponent, and they just stretched these, that is such a stretch for malfeasance. All the current cases you hear right now are all political, okay? I know of two. If somebody's taking a bribe, get them. If someone's getting a kickback from a project, get them. Got it. No problem. Are you doing some actual illegal activity? Yes. But you don't like this case, just telling them that she's going to do something. You don't stretch people's conduct because you can't get them on any other crime, and you just stretch it for malfeasance. We're going to call it malfeasance. I mean, this is such a joke. But anywho, good thoughts. What else you got on that?
What makes it even worse is that the law they're charging her on defines intimidation and threatening as extortion and threatening of violence. She's not asking for money. She's not threatening these officials. So the law doesn't even apply to the situation. That's what I don't understand.
It hurts their little ears.
It hurts their ears a lot.
Yeah.
She didn't threaten to hurt them. She's not asking for money. Last time I checked, that doesn't apply to the law they're using.
Man, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter with rhinos and Democrats. They just want the indictment. They got what they wanted with Liz Murrill. They got what they wanted with other political folks in the state. Look, it's sad. It's a purging that we're going to have to go through. It's going to take 5 or 10 more years here, probably in our state. We got some good things going on. We really do. But this little thing, and look, I was glad the governor said what he said about her. This whole it's so wrong to put people's family through that, to put people, I mean, look, Liz is tough, I got it, but her family didn't ask for that. And I get it, all the momentum and everything, but she's still a human being. And her family, they're still humans. And they still have to go through this. And it's needless. And it's harmful. And it's quite frankly, it's evil. But, pray for these guys. That's all you can do. Forgive them if they've harmed you in any way, directly or indirectly. Because that's all we can do. Getting mad ain't going to help nobody. Dwelling on it ain't going to help nobody. But I will dwell on this. The lawfare's got to stop. I'm telling you, we are going to lose we're going to lose our country. This is not being dramatic. You can remove legislators and congressmen, believe it or not. A president has term limits. I get all that. When we weaponize the justice system like we're doing, especially in Louisiana with a few district attorneys, okay, we're losing our country. We're going to lose because we can't go back. Because it's so tempting when the other person gets in to do the same thing. And then when they get out, this is what third world countries do. They jail their political opponents. When they get out of office, they attack them. And in this case, when she's in office, they're attacking. This is what they do. This is the new thing, okay? I guess falsely accusing people of other things, or I guess we're so desensitized to that now because you played that out, that now it's this. It'll be something else after this fad goes away. Hopefully it's less egregious. Hopefully it's less evil than what we're seeing. But we can move on.
I have one more thing to
Yes,
add.
please.
So whenever we have the politicization of just everything, where lawfare just gets added to the political process, what ends up happening is it pushes away the good people. The good people that want to get into action and do good get scared, and they worry that their lives can be ruined by these people that are just in there to destroy their lives. So why get in there when you can get sued, your life's going to get ruined, your family's going to get attacked? Why do it whenever you can just have an easy life and go work in law practice and anything else?
Exactly. I question that. That's a great point. Who in their right mind wants to get in politics right now when you go in there and you do your job, you do the right thing, and if your political opponents can't handle it politically, or they make a lie and they just have to make it true, this is what they do. They abuse their power. They arrest people. They indict them. On the catch-all now. This is basically the catch-all crime for politicians. Malfeasance. I mean, malfeasance is designed to literally benefit personally. That's what malfeasance is. It's not these Stretch Armstrong, if someone in their office sneezed the wrong way and maybe they were driving in a vehicle and crossed the center line. Oh, that's malfeasance. There was a crime committed. Doggone it. That's malfeasance. I'm telling you, guys, it's like y'all think, I don't think this wonderful audience, but a lot of folks out there don't think it could go there. Who in their right mind would have thought we've seen what we've seen with lawfare in Louisiana over the last year and a half? Just absolutely absurd. Absolutely absurd. So praying for our AG and her family, praying for our state, praying for the right things to happen and not this evil stuff you see. But we move on. Hey, got some other news in our state. Voter registration, according to the Louisiana Secretary of State's office, come this July 1st, we now have more registered Republicans than, let's see here. Registered Republican voters officially outnumber Democrat voters on July 1st. Did a lot of folks even know we had more Democrats in this state than Republicans?
I don't think a lot of people did, but when you really think about it, you have to think about these people that when they were young, they joined the Democrat Party. And then the Democrat Party changed. You had Obama, you had Biden, now you have the communists.
Golly, huh?
They got in and it was the party of John Breaux. It was the party of these blue dog Democrats. And then look where it's become. It's the party of Mamdani. It's the party of AOC. It's the party of Kamala Harris. It's the party of all these crazy people. Why would they say Democrats when they become Republicans, when they can become no party? The Democrat Party's dying. I have to say, it's a hot mess right now. I don't know. There's not a reason to join it. If you join the Democrat Party, you're just supporting big government socialism. That's exactly what the party's doing.
And for what? What do they don't even offer it. Usually, we get free cell phones. We can't afford the cell phones now? That's what happens. You got your balance. Well, it's easy right now. We're going to take from these guys. We're going to take from these guys to give these guys. Sounds really good. I know you can't see me on the radio in my hands. Oh, but until it's, well, who are you going to take from when everybody's equal? If you got up here and these guys ain't working at the bottom and these guys are producing at the top and you keep taking from the producers to give to the non-producers and you make them equal, where's the incentive? The producers are going to do just what the non-producers did. Sit on their rear ends and collect a check. Anywho, hey, we'll talk about this and so much more when we get back. Welcome back to the Josh. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show. Man, we're going to have those phone lines open tomorrow through Friday. I can't wait. Ordinarily, we'd have you on today. We're broadcasting from the KPEL studios, also on rumble.com. Let us all see you at rumble.com. Look up the Josh Guillory Show, and shout out to our KLFY Plus viewing audience. Certainly appreciate everybody there. Hey, guys, you tired of just managing your symptoms instead of actually feeling better? Well, it's time to reclaim your health and vitality at Dr. Kevin's Wellness Clinic. Man, right here in Lafayette, Dr. Kevin's Wellness Clinic offers personalized care that focuses on the root cause of your pain and fatigue. Look, whether you want more energy, maybe some better sleep, maybe pain-free life, the expert team at Dr. Kevin's Wellness Clinic is dedicated to your long-term health. Stop letting chronic pain hold you back from living your best life. Your journey to true healing begins today at Dr. Kevin's Wellness Clinic. Call us today or visit Dr. Kevin's Wellness Clinic, all right, to schedule your first consultation. You can call him real easy number, 983-CARE. 983-CARE. Call Dr. Kevin. Tell him we said hello. Love that guy. All right. Let's go back into this. So we were talking about before the break, the Republican the registration of voters is come July 1st, according to the Secretary of State's website, or Secretary of State, Republicans now outrank outnumber registered Democrats in the great state of Louisiana. Lane was giving me that history stuff about, well, the older Democrats are really conservative, basically what you're saying.
Pretty much.
I don't know, some of them hung on for a long time and some of them are still hanging on. They're like, we're going to get Kennedy back, I'm telling you. John Kennedy. We have a John Kennedy. He's from Louisiana. Hey, he's a senator. You know, there was a Senator Kennedy that became president. Can y'all imagine? That would be something. That would be the press briefings would be.
Well, there's talks of it. He did an interview on News Nation with Katie Pavlik, and they asked him. He said right now he's concerned about the Senate race, but he's not saying no.
Oh, that would be interesting. It would not be a dull debate.
He definitely wouldn't. I don't know if he really will. I think it's just
he ain't running for president.
Definitely not.
He ain't running for president. He might run for vice president.
Maybe.
That would look honestly. If you had, I'm just saying, if you had somebody like J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance is trying to fit the Trump mold. He's trying to figure himself out. All right, okay. But I love J.D. Vance. But J.D. Vance appears to be a very calm-natured person that is very well thought out, objective, very methodical, very principled-based, calm, cool, collected. Not that John Kennedy's not. But wouldn't it be a great team with J.D. Vance at the helm? And then, because here's why I say that. Just for PR. Just for me. Because Kennedy could go out there as the vice president. He could talk on behalf of the administration. And he probably wouldn't be just a do-nothing VP. Are we starting the push right now on the Josh Guillory Show to make John Neely Kennedy the next vice president?
Well, I've never really thought about this. This is a very interesting take.
Like, we may be doing... Should we call him? Should we call him and say, Senator, we have a good idea?
I mean, if he wants to come on, he's always invited.
He is always welcome. Let me tell you, I love that guy. I love him. And look, he's making his mark, you know, as a senator. You know, Senator Kennedy, for all his very, very colorful and entertaining remarks, is probably one of the smartest people in the United States Senate. Genuinely speaking.
Well, I don't know. The Senate also has some duds, so I don't know if it's really that impressive. It's a little bit of a nursing home.
What? You got some young ones in there?
You do have some young ones in there. There's some very smart people in there. There's also some duds in there.
Well, you're right. Yeah. Term limits would help with some of that.
Term limits would 100% help.
We don't think that's wrong. I mean, I know. Here's the thing. I don't know if... I've only... Like, of all the people I've spoken with about term limits, I mean, maybe 1%, if that, of the people that I talk to support term limits. The only ones that don't support it, like really, the only ones, and these are some good friends of mine, are politicos or people that are in office that really, like, this is their thing, you know? I don't think being a politician should be anybody's thing. I think it should be a temporary deal where you're truly serving the public and you get the flip out. You know? You get in, you do your job, maybe you run for some other things. That's cool too. I have no problem with that. But you get in and you get out. No one should be staying in these offices more than 12 years, in my opinion. There's a push, you know, some people say for Congress, 3 terms in the House, make it 6 years, and 1 to 2 terms in the Senate. I think a compromise would be the whole 12 package. 6 terms in the House, 2 terms in the Senate, you make them equal, 12 and 12. But I don't care. if we passed 3 terms for the House and that's it, and it's a 6-year deal, I am high-fiving people, hugging folks, you know?
The hardest part is getting the congressmen to vote against their self-interest, while they really just want to stay in there and hold power. It's hard for them to vote against them having power. So I think the easiest thing we could do is put up a 28th Amendment, go through the states, they pass it, and then we do the state conventions.
Yeah!
We get it passed, and then it goes back to Congress, and what we basically do is we make it so this Congress doesn't get affected by it. So they're not voting against their self-interest, they're voting against the future congressman's self-interest. So it doesn't cause negativity on their part. And then we can get a 29th Amendment changing birthright citizenship. I throw that in there too.
Well, that's so interesting you say that. I'm telling you, I've been looking at this birthright citizenship a little bit more since the Supreme Court ruled. And it's very interesting. Justice Brett Kavanaugh, he ruled with the majority and said that the president's executive order is not valid. But as I read his opinion, and I could be totally wrong on this, all right? Maybe he'll call in the show and clear it up. That would be something. Justice Brett Kavanaugh, though, he kind of opened the door to saying, I don't like this because it was an executive order. And this should have been legislatively created through the Congress and then presented to the president for either signature or veto. So it appears that Justice Kavanaugh's issue was not the merit, it was the procedure. That is a very, very clear distinction, and that's probably why he wrote a concurring opinion and then just sign off on the majority opinion. It's very, very unique. Not necessarily unique, but it is a very important fact that I think we should hold on to. So what does that say? Congress, go pass a law.
It's so hard to tell Congress to do their jobs. It's just like,
well, if they do their job, they'll be charged with malfeasance by 2 of these DAs in our state.
Right.
You gotta be careful. None of the Louisiana congressmen can do it because they'll get a hate crime or something, then they'll turn it into malfeasance. you voted for this, and you called somebody's mama wrong. Anyway.
They'll get the one.
Yeah, but I'm curious. Like Congress, pass it. You have a majority in the House. You have a majority in the Senate. I think that the Supreme Court, at least Justice Kavanaugh, is saying, I'm going to vote with you probably if you can do this the right way. And then it'll be 5-4 the other way.
Yeah. It should go through the legislative process. I think it makes sense. Why would we allow people to just come into our country and then just have a baby and then they're just stuck here?
Yeah.
You look at the 14th Amendment, and it had to do with people, priorly enslaved people. That's why we end up having to pass a law in the Congress to make Native Americans U.S. citizens. We wouldn't have to do that if
that's a great point.
Affected everybody.
Man, that's a great point.
Yeah, why would it have to happen? And then we even have exceptions for it. Why not grow those exceptions? Like, that's what I don't understand. If a diplomat comes into this country, and they have a child, their child isn't a U.S. citizen. So why do we have people that illegally cross our border, come to the country, have a baby, and now they're just anchored into this country? Is our land just magic? You go into our land, and all of a sudden you become a citizen?
It is a magical land.
It's very magical. But I don't think you just having a baby on our land all of a sudden makes you a citizen as well.
And look, way to go. Such good analysis. Think about it. The examples you just gave are all statutorily created, meaning Congress had to pass laws. Pass one here.
Exactly.
I mean, I would look, if you want to Google what I'm saying, it's out there. Justice Brett Kavanaugh's opinion. It's an easy read, and you tell me. We'll have the phone lines open tomorrow. You can tell me about we'll call this like a what is it, a book club? We'll read opinions. All right, I'm seeing the buttons pressed. Stick around, guys. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show. Me and Lane having some fun in this studio today. Go check us out at rumble.com, man. I want to see you on that chat today. All right, so let me tell you guys about 2 locations, man. For all your automobile needs, go visit my friends at Stan's Auto. Stan's Auto here in Lafayette. If I sneeze enough during the commercials, you'll remember it. But I will tell you about these guys. They're easy to remember. Stan's Auto, 2 locations. One on Johnson Street here in Lafayette by Reds. The other location in New Iberia, right by, off of Admiral Doyle. Go check them out. And then Audubon Home Health. Hey, if you've been in surgery, or you have an illness, you're recovering, you have choices, sometimes. Sometimes you don't have to recover in the hospital. You can recover, do the same thing from your home, from the comfort of your home. And I want you to call Audubon Home Health. Audubon Home Health. Go check them out, and they can help you get on your path to recovery in comfort. All right, let's keep on keeping on, shall we? So we were talking about voter registration, then we went into Justice Kavanaugh, then we went into a whole bunch of stuff. But let's move on. We'll stay in the great state of Louisiana here just for a little bit. Let's go to leap scores. All right? You don't have to take the leap again, do you?
No, I actually took the last one this year. It's a pain, I have to be honest. I don't enjoy those tests.
You don't like them?
No, not at all.
A lot of people don't like those standardized tests. They're standardized for all the folks out there studying, just perfect practice makes perfect. Practice don't make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. So you train in an environment that you're going to take the exam in anyway. But look, students in Louisiana, apparently Lane and his crew are helping us out. We've had significant improvements with, and I'm rattling this off, a record 36% of students in grade 3 through 12 scoring mastery or advanced during the 25-26 academic year. That's according to data from the Louisiana Department of Education. Hey, that's a good thing. We'll take that. We'll take leap scores increasing. I don't know how to take this whole standardized tests and measurement. You have to have a measurement. You have to have objective data, for college entry and admissions, which I think is still a thing. I think you still have to get you can't just apply an automatic, right? You gotta make a it's not when listen. I don't know if I would have gotten into UL, okay, if they had the same standards now. I'm just listen, in high school, I chased girls and football, okay, all right? I passed, I got in, and then, Lane, I went to school in college, and I wrote that first check for my book, and it was a used book, triple digits. And that's in 2001. I'm like, what? I'm working, I said, I'm going to read every doggone word. I'm going to read every word of this book. I'm going to read the footnotes. I'm going to read the glossary. I'm going to read it again and again. And I did. And I did all right, Had much better grades in college and law school than I did in high school. Thank you, all. Thank you. Thanks for accepting me. But yeah, this is pretty great news for LEAP test scores. Education's been a topic. Education's been a topic of the governor. He ran on that. He's worked hard. What appears to be working hard to make a difference. Everybody has some thoughts. Education. I know one thing. We could not keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. So I liked things like vouchers and working on getting teachers pay raises. I don't like going through the Constitution to do that, so I was happy to see I think Governor Landry he proposed some shifts I know some school board folks or school administrators in school districts, superintendents had some pushback on that. It affects their budget, but I think we can all work that out. I think the intent was good, but regardless, I like that we're trying something different in our state. But, it's just me. On education, I think a decentralized approach is the way to go. I think we're still too top-heavy in Baton Rouge. I think we're way top-heavy in the federal government, $230-something billion budget. Man, give that to the states. Give that to the states. Where in the Constitution is the word education? Control F, find it. Go digital copy. They got plenty of them. You won't. You won't find it. Therefore, the 10th Amendment says it's a state issue. Great. Each state can do it how they want. Wonderful. Spread that $238 billion around. It's our money anyway. Jeez. Or keep a staff of 20 people. If you need, you just feel like you need, I'm the federal government and I want to make sure that education's nice. Okay, cool. We'll just pay 20 people to do absolutely nothing. It will save us $200 and probably $38 billion because it ain't going to hit us that much. And we're good, Or you want to do 25 people? Let's do 25. Each person gets 2 states that you can go harass. You have zero power, zero authority, but you're just going to go and just talk, okay? And that will be less harm than what we have now. So, look around the country. There are plenty of examples of independent school districts. There are plenty of examples of these smaller school districts where you have so much more rubber hitting the road. This is not like a consolidated government, and I'm not saying consolidated government works in every parish, but it's not like that. This is school, this is teaching, this is, you're seeing more charter schools for a reason. And charter schools are basically they're basically independent school districts. Essentially, most of them. Some of them are kind of getting a little big, so I don't know if there's just one bureaucracy sitting in for the other. How much time we got?
I'm going to wrap this one up.
What? I was about to give some other solutions.
I know.
Doggone it. That's all right, guys. Stick around. Hour number 2 right around the corner. I can't wait. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to hour number 2 of the Josh Guillory Show. I remain your very, very grateful host. And in studio with me still, my man Lane over there. What's up, Lane?
I'm doing pretty good.
You doing good? You had a good break?
I had a pretty good break.
That's good. That's good. All right, guys. Look, man, a beautiful, confident smile can change your life. And it starts right here in Acadiana at St. Marie Orthodontics, man, located right off of Rue Fontaine in Lafayette. St. Marie Orthodontics has been creating healthy, stunning smiles for over 20 years. Whether you want traditional braces or check these clear aligners out, A lot of technology. The advanced team at St. Marie Orthodontics provides custom, comfortable treatment for kids, teens, and adults. If you need braces, if you got any questions on orthodontics, go to St. Marie Orthodontics. Transform your look today. The team at St. Marie Orthodontics invites you to take the first step towards a lifetime of confidence. Call 337-233-2277 or visit stmarieorthodontics.com for your free consultation. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Go tell Dr. Stacy St. Marie, who is one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. Go tell him me and Lane said hello. All right, let's carry on. Shall we, Lane? We got a lot of stuff to talk about, you and I. You know that?
We have a lot of stuff.
I don't know if we'll be able to fit it in. We're going to try. Man, what's up with the DNC on this Senate candidate, man? You know what I'm talking about? Graham Plattner?
Ooh, Graham Plattner.
What is the deal?
So it's getting pretty bad. It's looking like he might even drop out.
Well, we'll see. Let's talk about it a little bit, okay? Because I want everybody to strap in, because it's a ride. What we are witnessing right now out of the state of Maine is an absolute grade A 5-star masterclass in establishment panic and institutional hypocrisy. That's what we're seeing. I mean, it is breathtaking, okay? Breathtaking. We're looking at the total frantic meltdown of the Democratic machine over their Senate nominee, Graham Plattner. On Monday, not sure if you saw this, on Monday, yesterday, Politico basically dropped a massive bomb, and other news organizations dropped a massive bomb. A former partner comes forward with some deeply troubling, incredibly serious allegations of sexual assault from a few years back, and that kind of puts the Democrat Party in a little bit of a pickle, because it wasn't too long ago with Brett Kavanaugh. Speaking, he's twice mentioned today. You know, the whole "I'm with her, believe her without asking any questions" puts them in a little pickle, doesn't it? Are they going to ask her questions? Oh no. Are they going to ask him questions? They're scared. They don't want the answer. Because it's either the truth or it's not, and I don't know if either one of those help them right now. But look, I mean, let's be entirely fair and clear here. You know, I mean, I think that's very important. You know, we believe in basic human decency, and we believe in the truth. Plattner looks right in the camera in a video in X. Did you see this, Lane? And he says it's completely false.
I didn't see the video, but I saw a lot of the quotes from the video. It's pretty bad.
Well, he categorically denies it.
He denies it, but what I think a lot of people are missing is he said he's going to spend time to reflect on the allegations. What does that even mean? Reflect?
He's trying to think, can he still win this race, and can he convince Chuck Schumer and them and the DNC to stick with him? But look,
it's gonna be rough.
Man, in a sane world, in a country built on like the rule of law, like actual rule of law, not in this fake lawfare, horrible stuff. But you kind of let the facts come out. In a sane world, all right? You look at the evidence, but the ruling class doesn't care about the rule of law. If you think about it, the ruling class doesn't care. They care about raw, unadulterated power. No checks if they can get away with it. But within hours, if you, it's just kind of interesting. I don't know if they champion due process too much in the DNC. It's weird to keep track of it. It's all kind of just, well, I mean, when you have a foundation of fluffity fluff, and all you care about is power, and rhinos are right in there with you, Democrats, then this is what happens. I'm telling you, a moderate Democrat is much more trustworthy than a rhino. Because a rhino and these Democrat elites are this is what they do. This is their tactic. This is how they roll. But with this guy, Graham Plattner, they don't know what to do. They thought they could defend. Boy, I mean, Lane, you and I were talking about it not too long ago. a week or two ago?
Yep.
And we were all these guys, Schumer, the DNC, the main DNC, the Democrat Party, all these guys were fully behind Graham Plattner.
Fully behind them, but now it's starting to slip a little bit. You had Ro Khanna came out against
Ooh.
You had Ruben Gallego out of Arizona came out against them. So you're starting to see those cracks, and it looks like his campaign's really suffering. He has a week to qualify for the ballot. If he drops out, he has a week left to drop out if he really wants to.
Man, the Democrats don't care. They put Kamala Harris in without receiving a single vote for President of the United States. They'll put whoever they want in there.
That's very true, but it really depends.
Democracy's so overrated with them if you think about it.
Oh, they love to throw around the word democracy and not follow it.
Threat to democracy. You are the party of anti-democracy.
They love to go around saying no kings, no kings. And they coronated Kamala Harris as their queen for the nomination.
Exactly. Anywho.
It's just a bunch of hypocrites. A bunch of hypocrisy.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, to your point, we're talking like within hours, not days, okay? Not even weeks. I'm talking like straight up hours, okay? The entire National Party apparatus moves in like a political hit squad, man, like to completely erase this guy. Like completely. Chuck Schumer, Kirsten Gillibrand, they don't wait for a police report. I mean, they don't wait for a court. They just put out a joint statement telling him to pack his bags and get out immediately. But it was just a few weeks ago, the same allegations, and these guys were, oh, that's fake. Oh, you're just right-wing, I'm making this up, a right-wing conspiracy theorist. But really, right-wing talking points. I remember hearing that. Is it right-wing talking points now, Senator Schumer?
Yeah, the lady that came out with the allegations as of yesterday, she was talking about how the lady that came out before talking about the abuse, she kept being seen as a Republican that was just coming out to get Graham Plattner out. She came in saying that she agreed with Graham Plattner, that she agreed with this policy, that she could not go any longer hiding her story and hiding what happened to her when he came home drunk and raped her.
Jeez. I mean, it wasn't. Look, I guess these guys are just getting. Maybe they might still be on Al Gore dial-up internet speed. Maybe they didn't get. Maybe they didn't get all the stuff that we all know. Maybe they just got it. Maybe they're just late. Maybe they're busy, Lane. Senator Schumer has a Senate to run because that's what he's doing. It's the only time in history that the minority leader is running the Senate. It is.
It's so frustrating.
I mean, when you have negotiations with the White House and it's the Senate Democrats going to negotiate and you got the majority, man, what is wrong with you?
That's when it's really bad.
Get this. I'm telling y'all, I love continuity. I love consistency. I love stability. I don't like calling for a leadership change in the middle of a term. I really don't. But my goodness, I do call for a leadership change in the Senate because we're not doing anything. And when Chuck Schumer has the Senate back, or the Democrats, because they will, and when they have the House and the Senate and the presidency, you can kiss the filibuster goodbye. It will be budget reconciliation on everything they need to use budget reconciliation on. They will use a majority vote for everything, and we know it. But back to this Plattner guy, we're going to talk about him when we get back, because even the DSCC over there is giving him some Democrat State Central Committee, is giving some pushback. I'm telling you, this is a complete 180 than just a few weeks ago. Stick around, guys. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show. Go check us out at rumble.com. Also on 96.5 KPL FM, Breaux Bridge, Lafayette. And shout out to our KLFI Plus viewing audience. We certainly appreciate you guys, man. Life in Acadiana is full of unexpected adventures. Whether you're heading down the bayou or packing up for a family road trip, you need a vehicle that's built to last. You know I'm talking about my friends at Giles Subaru. That is why Giles Subaru on Town Center Parkway right here in Lafayette, Louisiana is ready to help you drive your dream today. Right across from the Acadiana Mall, the all-new Giles Subaru features a massive selection of symmetrical all-wheel drive Outbacks, Foresters, and Ascents. Man, go visit them at Giles Subaru. Bring the whole family. Bring your furry friends, too. They even have a dog park on Giles Subaru's campus. It's phenomenal. It's open to the public. But best of all, every new vehicle at Giles Subaru comes with their own exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty at absolutely no extra cost. Guys, it's lifetime. That's like they don't do that around every location. This is a Giles thing, you know. So don't wait for adventure to find you. Visit Giles Subaru today on Town Center Parkway or shop online at GilesSubaru.com. Man, we love to see you smile. Go visit over there at Giles Subaru. Let's keep talking, Lane, shall we? Let's go back to this Graham Plattner situation because, man, like I was saying, you know, even the DSCC, the Democrat Central State Central Committee, I mean, they completely pulled their plug on this guy in Maine, okay? I mean, this is like black, and they even, I mean, this is a big deal. They even blacklisted the entire state of Maine from funding. That's a big deal.
I didn't even hear about that. That's crazy.
Now, and you know, this is the Democrat Party in Maine. I don't know how much they contribute. I would imagine they probably contribute a decent amount for a Senate election. But maybe not. You know, most of your campaign fundraising in a campaign is not going to come from the party. So that's not the end-all, be-all. I mean, if he's running for U.S. Senate and he's gotten this far, he's got probably the financial backing to get through a primary, I would imagine. Now, you said qualify here soon, so they may not do a primary up there.
Well, they did the primary, but what they do, Maine has a system where they give some power to the party. So what they do is they have a convention right before, so they have a primary, the voters vote, and then they go to convention and they have to basically back up the candidate.
They have to, or they can choose not to?
They have the ability to.
But they don't have to.
They don't have to.
Man, that's the Democrat way right there. That is priceless.
They have the same thing at the national level. They have this thing called superdelegates.
Oh, we know all about that. That's
that's how Hillary Clinton.
That's how Hillary Clinton got in.
And then Kamala Harris was leading. Coordinator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was just picked. Yeah, Hillary Clinton, y'all remember the superdelegates? That was a big deal. And then they started switching at the end. Woo! So Maine, this is like total Democrat boss machine, okay? We love democracy. You guys figured this out for us. Well, unless we disagree, and then at the convention, we're just going to put whatever we want. That's basically what we're talking about. But yeah, so the DSCC, yeah, they got on them, and then the stampede begins. You mentioned this earlier, Lane, but like Elizabeth Warren, I can warn you about her. Elizabeth Warren, you mentioned Ro Khanna, your friend, Ruben Gallego, Martin Heinrich. I mean, all these prominent leaders who are just singing this guy's praises a month ago, well, they're suddenly racing to the microphones. They're tripping over their own feet to rescind their endorsement. Do you notice that? So I maybe ask yourself in your car, in your office, you know, ask yourself the fundamental question. Is this a sudden, beautiful, moral awakening from our friends on the Democrat side, specifically the Democrat leadership? Because most Democrat regular folks they don't subscribe to this crazy, by the way. Not the ones I talk to.
They're just scared to lose. That's the only reason why they're upset right now. They could care less anything that he did. They just want to see. they want to get Susan Collins out. Who Susan Collins votes with them like 40% of the time.
They already have a Democrat. They have 5 Democrats in the Senate already. They just kind of rotate on who's going to vote against Republicans. These are Republicans, by the way.
They get someone to vote 40%, but they just want someone who's going to be a rubber stamp for everything they want.
Well, Plotner would have been that.
Plotner exactly would have been that.
Plotner doesn't seem like he has much of his own platform.
Well, he's more progressive. He's very progressive. He's like more Bernie Sanders, but I understand what you're saying.
You know, it really maybe I'm saying that because that type of platform is so silly, and I say that with love and respect. But this far extreme Democrat Socialist of America brand, which he is a DSA guy, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he's a DSA.
Yeah, this is crazy. They should break from him because of that. Not more. Well, I mean, the allegations are serious. I get all that. I don't know how true. Look, in full candor, we don't know how true that allegation is against him. We don't. We just don't. But we know that what the Democrat leadership did to Brett Kavanaugh and to Trump. I mean, I said Brett Kavanaugh. Look what they've done to Trump. I mean, this dude's been falsely accused of everything under the sun. And when you can't get him politically, what do? You indict him. Get that indictment. The way. That's the DNC way. That's the Rhino way. But let's look at the absolute reality of what's actually driving this. I mean, look at the structures. Follow the incentives. Yesterday, look at this, Lane. Yesterday, the prediction markets, which is a thing. On one article I saw, Kalshi. Okay, now I know it's not a big brand, but it was interesting. That's why I'm referencing it. But it shows Plattner's odds of dropping out. This is yesterday. Okay, spiking at an all-time high of 82%.
I saw that this morning whenever I was watching the news.
Lane, 82%.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
There's already an article out that's talking about who they think his replacement's going to be.
Who?
They think it's going to be. Let's see, I just saw his name.
One of the representatives?
Troy Jackson, the progressive Senate president in Maine. They want him to replace him now.
The appointed.
They want to appoint him, pretty much.
The anointed who's appointed.
After all these thousands of Mainers, what do they call them in Maine? Mainers?
Mainelites?
Mainelites. They all came out and voted for him, and now they're going to be like, oh, now we're going to pick a new guy.
What do you call them? Manians?
No, actually,
Mainers?
Look it up.
Me and my fellow Mainers up here grabbing some apples from the orchard. They grow apples up there, right?
I think so.
They got maple trees.
They do.
Lots of maple trees.
And they're really like lobster there.
Yeah, lobster, from what I understand, was originally like a poor man's meal. Like, nobody wanted it. It wasn't a delicacy. And now it's ideal.
Yeah, they used to feed it to the prison. They would feed it to the prisoners, and they would feed them that, and everyone got tired of it. And then as it became less common, it became very rare, it got more expensive, and then became a delicacy.
Oh, my gosh.
It's just like crawfish. Crawfish used to be something that they used to eat, and it was really, really cheap, and now, don't even talk about those prices.
Oh, I know. I remember, man, I moved to Lafayette, coming to school, and I bought a live sack of crawfish for $1.25 a pound, and I was outraged. $1.25 and I gotta cook them? Come on now. And now I don't even know what they are. Jeez. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show. Go check us out at rumble.com. Shout out to our KLFY Plus viewing audience and our KPEL listening audience, all our streaming folks. You can also go to X at Josh Guillory USA. Check us out. All right, man. Hey, are you tired like tired of just managing your symptoms instead of actually feeling better? It's time to reclaim your health and vitality at Dr. Kevin's Wellness Clinic right here in Lafayette, Louisiana. Dr. Kevin's Wellness Clinic offers personalized care that focuses on the actual root cause of your pain and fatigue. Whether you want more energy, maybe some better sleep, or a pain-free life, the expert team at Dr. Kevin's Wellness Clinic is dedicated to your long-term health. Stop letting chronic pain hold you back from living your best life. Your journey to true healing begins today at Dr. Kevin's Wellness Clinic. Call Dr. Kevin today or visit drkevinswellnessclinic.com to schedule your first consultation. Call him at 983-CARE. Can't forget that, 983-CARE. Dr. Kevin at Dr. Kevin's Wellness Clinic. I certainly appreciate him and all that he does, not just for me as a patient and my family and my friends, a lot of my friends, but also what he does for our community, and I appreciate the support for the show. Let's wrap a bow on this Graham Plattner thing. Lane, you okay over there?
Yes, it's just a crazy story.
It's nuts, man.
It's nuts.
I mean, it really is. Hey, and by the way, how about the vetting hypocrisy, you know? Where was this high-minded morality that we're seeing here in July? Where was that back in May? I mean, that's the part that really gets me, guys, and it should get you. It should get you. The Wall Street Journal, we saw this, broke a story weeks ago about leaked explicit messages. We talked about that, and a lot of folks talked about that. And all the Democrat establishment came to his back. The New York Times detailed his unsettling, that's their words, unsettling conduct. The local Maine press just reported his campaign abruptly canceling town halls because he wasn't feeling well. Maybe he was getting his tattoo covered. I don't know. I mean, you know, I'm not. If you got a tattoo, it's fine. Nazi tattoos are frowned upon. Maybe that's what. Maybe he wasn't feeling good from that. Do you remember how many Democrat elites, Chuck Schumer included, just blew off the Nazi tattoo while calling Trump a fascist and a Nazi?
Oh, all of them. It was kind of ridiculous. Like, I was hearing everything that was coming up with him, and it was one thing one day, Nazi tattoo, you just ignored it. Then it was the harassment.
Yeah.
Ignored. Assault.
I'm with her.
Ignored. Yeah, what happened with I'm with her?
I'm with hashtag I'm with her.
What happened?
I'm with her.
What happened to trust all women? What happened to all?
Yes.
They got the story came out with a Republican woman that came out that had been assaulted by Graham Plattner, and all of a sudden we can't believe Republican women. What?
Yeah. Oh no!
What?
She may have been a Democrat woman, but you know, isn't that the lady that said she still agrees with his ideas?
Well, the new lady that came out.
Oh, there's more.
She agreed. That came out yesterday, but there was a story that came out a few weeks ago. There was a woman that was in Republican circles for years.
I got it. So they were like, yeah, we don't. Okay, well that would make more sense. It's wrong, but I just try to.
Yes.
I try to understand the crazy.
Yeah, that's important. You have to understand some crazy. It's hard to really understand Democrat crazy.
Right.
But you just have to do it sometimes.
Not your Joe Democrat. I really say that all the time because I'm telling you, a lot of Democrats right now are confused because they don't believe in all this boys and girls sports, boys and girls bathrooms, or vice versa. We don't want girls and boys bathrooms either, you know? I mean, it's crazy, this lunatic stuff. They don't like the government controlling everything. They don't like the hypocrisy. So what we see here is truly a product of the Democrat elites and the elites in Washington, quite frankly. Now, credit to the Maine Democrat Party, the Democrat Party of Maine. They seem to be the guys that are out in front on this. They're like, we know the situation. But let's not pretend here. The D.C. establishment, man, they coddled his populist anti-oligarchy campaign because they thought he could win. That's why they did it. They didn't do this. They didn't all of a sudden find morality. They saw polling data. They saw finances like maybe there's an issue. Although I still think he wouldn't have an issue with funding. But they looked the other way. All of these elites in Democrat circles, Washington in the club, they thought he could win. They just looked the other way right up until the exact second his math changed and he became a liability to their grip on power. Maybe he'll be the nominee. You think he's going to be the nominee?
Ooh, I don't know. Looking at at first I was like, yeah, he's just going to stay in. And I saw the video. And I saw the betting odds. The betting odds really showed me that.
That's crazy that you can bet on that. I think, how can you bet on these things?
I thought political betting was illegal.
I thought it was too.
I don't know. Who's
Parker was
betting?
telling me, no, man, you can bet on elections. I'm like, is that even right?
Yeah,
I think that should be. I don't like that. I don't like that. Look, to each their own. I'm not anti-gambling. I don't gamble just because it's just my thing. I've spent $45 in my life, one $20 and one $25 experience, and I'll never get the $45 again. Now you got my son. He does it. He does well, but his personality is different than mine.
Yeah, I don't know. Although I really do like looking at the betting odds. I think it really shows like a different angle to the to elections that you don't really see in polling data, where people are
That's a good point, Lane.
people are putting their own money up on what they really think is going to happen in the election, and a lot of times the betting odds are right.
Look at sports.
Yeah.
Look at sports. I mean, these guys, they know. They know, but I'm with you. I really didn't think it was legal, but maybe we can look it up in the break. How much time we got?
When are you going to break?
Boo. I was having fun. All right. Stick around, guys. We'll have some more fun when we get back. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show. We are broadcasting from the KPEL Studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. I want to see that chat rocking this last segment of the show on rumble.com. Look up the Josh Guillory Show. We certainly appreciate you guys and gals out there. Man, let me tell you about Dino's. Dino's Pizza. 3 locations. Bertrand, Collie Saloon, that's Dino South, and over there in Henderson, that's 3 wonderful locations, man, easy to get. Pizza of the month is the Knockout Pizza, the Dustin Poirier Knockout Pizza. Go check him out. Keep everybody over there in your prayers. A lot of things going on, and man, let me tell you something. You know, from advocacy to working in the community to helping folks, I really do appreciate my boy over there, Tim Metcalf. That's a good dude, man. Him and Karen, they've been together for a long time, long time, since they were real little. And you could tell, man, that love carries over to what they do and in all of their ventures. But as a friend, as a personal friend, as a guy that still tries to stay in connection with the community, I certainly appreciate Tim and all that he's doing to help Lafayette, the parish, the city, and certainly appreciate him, man. Go check it out. Get that Knockout Pizza this month. Pizza of the month, Dustin Poirier Knockout Pizza. I like it. Dino's, I'm going to get some. Last month was shrimp scampi. That was good too, boy. Yes. I can't believe they put that much ingredients. I'm using Quentin's line. That much ingredients on one slice of pizza. It's crazy. So let's get back to the news of the day. We'll wrap up on NATO. Don't think I'll be able to finish all the research we gathered, but this is worth noting. You know, I think we need to cut through the emotional theater the mainstream media is feeding us today. And look at the cold hard numbers. And I'm talking about NATO, okay? You've been hearing this a while. Trump he's the first one. He's the first guy since NATO has been in existence that I can think of. Maybe not at first because everybody's kind of pulling their weight. But over the years, we've just been getting ramrodded. Like, I guess if you don't care about a national debt, you can just spend whatever money you have. But still, it's still real money. It's still real money that we pay taxes on. You're working, Lane. You got to pay taxes.
Yes.
How you like that?
Not at all.
So that check you get that we write is you got to pay taxes.
Ooh, it's painful.
Now you're gonna watch and pay attention.
Yes.
It's easy, man. It's easy to be a liberal until you start working. Then you're like, wait a minute, I get this taken out, and I get that taken out. I better pay attention to who's telling me who's taking what out.
And then you go drive and you hit all those potholes and you have to fix your car and then it's a hidden tax on your car.
Let me. I'm upset. I usually don't. I try not to go here, but I'm upset. We had a pothole program when I was in that doggone worked, okay? Like, it worked. You go fix it, and if the road's bad enough, you put it on the roads list and you get it done because you make it a priority. What has happened in 2.5 years, man? Because there are a pothole. It's like you're either going to hit a pothole or a panhandler in Lafayette right now.
Yes.
We're the pothole and panhandler capital of the world.
And then what they started doing, I never saw this before until recently. What they do is whenever there's something wrong with the electrical lines or the pipes under the road, they'll dig up a part and they'll put a metal plate. You hit that metal plate and your whole car shakes. It's so crazy. I hate hitting those metal plates.
They're not fun. They're supposed to be temporary. They're supposed to only be like a day or two.
3 months.
That's crazy. I saw a cone. These cones drive me crazy too. Look, if you're either do the work or don't do the work, but would you please move the stupid cones or finish the project? I mean, I guess once you start the project, you can't, but can you finish it?
That actually reminds me. Yesterday I left my house and I lived down this little road a couple people live down the road.
Yeah.
And there was a cone at the end of my road with the car part. I don't know who this car part was for. I don't know whose cone that was.
Is the cone still there?
No, the cone's not there.
Okay, good.
I just remembered it. I completely forgot about that.
I mean, I drive around town and I just see cones and like
Everywhere.
halfway. It's like we like halfway projects. You know what I mean? We start something and we halfway do it and we just leave it. It's like we can't finish a. I saw a stop sign on Camellia Boulevard, and I counted. Jamie and I, when we drive, we go to Sandra's Saturdays health food store. Anyway, on our routine, I counted. We would count 8.5 weeks. And that I counted, so it's probably like 12 weeks, okay? That this stop sign has been run over. It's clear. You see the tire marks, you see the debris, and you see the stop sign literally ran over on the boulevard. It's little things.
It doesn't make sense. And those little things add up, and they make people not want to stay in the city whenever there's things like that.
Or move to the city.
Yes.
You're trying to recruit CEOs, and it's not just the city. That affects the whole parish. That the airport is in the city of Lafayette, but we got plenty of folks, businesses that are interested in these pre-certified sites. Like Youngsville just got one.
We have a bunch of pre-certified sites. I heard about that recently.
Yeah.
And that brings a bunch of business to Lafayette.
Dude, that cuts all the bureaucracy that these businesses have to do, especially like manufacturing. You know, you want some.
Yes.
We want to build things. You know, we want a building economy. We want to diversify our economy here in Lafayette and Acadiana, not just. You know, but don't turn your back on oil and gas. That is still the breadwinner, believe it or not. Okay, believe it or not. But you get manufacturing here, and a lot of those service-related jobs on Highway 90 all of a sudden are naturally skilled and trained to go help out. And you got cities like Broussard, who's doing a wonderful job with their pre-certified sites. They have to lead the state. That means that a company can come in and they're already through most of the red tape that the state would require. Local governments too can clear some of that red tape by proactively working with the developers or working with their administration to get these obstacles out the way. Youngsville, like I said, has one. I'm sure there's some other ones now since I've been out. But look, I am so big on if you invite guests over, man, you're probably gonna cut your grass and weed.
Yes, and then the weeds coming out of the medians.
Dude,
that doesn't make any sense. That actually aggravates me a lot.
Again, If you just look in the budget of Lafayette Consolidated Government, it is a public record. I don't know if they do it anymore, but we had a crew in traffic, roads, and bridges, and these guys can take this idea and go do it, okay? Now, I'm saying it, so I doubt they will because they have ego. But really, take it and don't even mention my name. Just go do the work, okay? But we had a crew, and that was their purpose. Get your butts around town and find the weeds and pull them and poison them if you can. But you don't make it look like, and I love the show Sanford and Son, but don't make the city and the parish of Lafayette look like Sanford and Son because you're too lazy and you're bloating government, and now you can't have the personnel to go do the simple things that need to be done. We're running out of time.
Yes.
I was going to talk about NATO.
Oh, I know. There's so much to talk about.
We're going to talk about NATO tomorrow. I don't know. Who knows? But I know this. Thank you guys for sticking around. I had a blast. Thank you, Lane. Guys, be careful out there. May God bless you. And be kind.